Hi everybody, it's Dr. Dickenson. Today I'm going to be talking about 4 simple strategies that you can build into your practice, whether you're teaching summer school or you're at home with your kids, to foster a love of reading. Very simple. Let's get started. Step 1 is DEAR, right? Simple acronym, drop everything and read. And this means you too. So if you're a stay-at-home parent and maybe you want to read some work, step away from the computer, print out some PDFs, grab a book, and drop everything and read. Sit with your students. Whether you're reading collaboratively, you're reading a book to your kids, or you're just reading your own book, make time to do this every single day. And then you won't have to worry about things like learning loss, right? We're trying to build a love of reading, and kids sense a love of reading by us. We model what that looks like. So for me, I had to actually pick up The Hunger Games because my son was so into it, and we read it and we had a conversation. So after you have your DEAR time, then you have this collaborative conversation with your kids, and it's great for extending things outside of your academic time because then you can talk about the books that you're reading. Number 2 is to connect reading with writing. And there's actually a lot of research showing that there's a strong correlation between reading and writing. So the more that we write, the better we are going to be at reading, and vice versa. So if you have your kids at home, or if you're working with your students in the classroom, whether it's math or reading, get those journals out, make writing a daily thing. And it doesn't have to just be journal time, although I love journals because it's very open-ended, it's collaborative. Typically, there's a space for your kids to draw a picture and just talk about their day, what's going on. And while we think about that, right, that's when that metacognition is happening. So you always want to make sure that we're promoting that higher order thinking, metacognition, journaling, whether you're teaching math, reading, science, whatever. My kids also have a science journal. You can also, if you are working with your kids, have them do little cards. Yes, this is a light up card. And students can craft cards for friends. They can write letters to family members. If you're working with littles, lists are on point. I have my kids, my youngins, when they're just starting that phonemic awareness, go around, take those sticky notes and label everything in your house. Have them sound it out phonetically. Have them write a list for the grocery store. So connect reading and writing. That's number 2. Number 3, okay, here's a fun one, is to power up with podcasts. Podcasts are amazing. It's really going to support your students' listening skills. It's going to help them make sense of what they're hearing. So think about reading comprehension. And it promotes imagination and creativity. So some of our favorite family podcasts, and here's the awesome thing I also didn't share, is that there's so many wonderful podcasts that help build content knowledge. So for my older kids, they love National Geographic, Greeking Out. It's all about Greek mythology. And they're very explicit with teaching academic language in the podcast. So that one is on point. My daughter, who's only 7, she loves Girls' Tales. It's kind of like this fractured fairy tale spin on girl empowerment and all about fairy tales, and it changes the fairy tale into like a positive story about, self-motivation and just chasing your dreams and things that we want to inspire our kids, right? Another one that's really popular for the tweens is called 6 Minutes. And then we also love Who Smarted, which is just a phenomenal podcast all about science. So power up with podcasts, listen in the car so you get some road trips planned out. Download those podcasts and you guys will be entertained for hours. And again, listening, comprehension, speaking, okay, all of those skills develop a love of reading. And that is the key for fostering literacy, is developing a love of reading. If they're not reading, they will be inspired to read by listening to podcasts. And number 4 is get your flick on with foreign films. And so we're also promoting some more comprehension, yes. And if you put on foreign films with subtitles, it's going to also help your students read. I can't tell you, my own kids, we are big foreign film buffs here. And we'll put on those foreign films, and my kids are just so motivated to get into the content and what we're listening and watching. Those foreign films and the subtitles helps promote reading. So some great recommendations for movie time is it's called Big Irritito out of France, and then Petite Hours Brune, and the Winx Club from Italy is kind of like a cool spin on some tween type of comics. So definitely check out foreign films. Again, my 4 fabulous ways to promote a love of literacy is dare, drop everything and read, connect reading with writing, power up with podcasts, and put on those foreign films. Hope you guys have a great summer, and don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you are hoping to see in our next videos.